Welcome to Crash Out Sports Podcast with your host Rod and Quinn.
I like that intro, buddy.
Yeah, man. I'm trying, man. You gotta do all this shit. You gotta be a producer. You gotta
Yeah,
do everything, man. You
welcome to
gotta
my
do
world,
everything.
man. Welcome to my world.
You gotta do a little bit of everything, though. But then again, I appreciate you going on here, man. Because my man can't make it today. He had what you call it, man. He's working a night shift, so I understand. I told him I appreciate that.
Yeah, that night shift ain't no joke, man.
What?
Yeah, funny man Green been working the night shift, so sometimes he come on in the morning with us anyway. I be like, I know he tired, man. He be hanging in there, but sometimes he can't make it. We still respect it. That night shift ain't nothing to play with.
Exactly. It's definitely not nothing to play with. So man, let's get into this trade, man. This Cleveland trade was crazy work, man. Like I feel like the Rams saw what Seattle did last year. He was like, all right, yo. You thought that was cute. Y'all did what y'all had to do last year. We going all in. You know what I mean? It's like somebody, your aunt, you know, you got that one aunt that take her electric bill, take her rent money to the casino. That's what the Rams just did. That's what they just did to see. I'm trying to compete with Matthew Stafford because his back giving up. Y'all see what we can do with a Myles Garrett.
I'm trying to figure out what did they give up for Myles?
They gave up Jared Verse, the young bull.
Nah, that ain't too bad. Verse, how many first round picks? Because Verse a dog.
They gave I think the Rams gave out 120. I think it's a 2027, a late 2027, and they said they're gonna give some more picks up. But I think this is a move good for both sides. You know what I mean? You get a younger player that's proven he's a Pro Bowler. He's not a Myles Garrett, but he's gonna give you something. You know what I mean? So it's not a complete fall off. You're not going from Beyonce to fucking LaToya Jackson. You know what I mean? You're going to Anne Marie or something. You know what I mean? You ain't in a great. It's not a fall off. Crazy fall off.
For Myles, that's a big pickup for him. It's like he just got him a bad one. You know, he finally get to play for a team that's contending for something. You know, every year they only look to make the playoffs over there with the Browns. And it look like they say the Browns will receive a first round draft pick in 27, a second round draft pick in 28, and a third round draft pick in 29. Man, they just got finesse, man. Get the hell out of here. When the Eagles were trying to get Myles, they always turning shit down. We offered way better shit than that for Myles Garrett, man. That's messed up, man. I hate the Rams, these motherfuckers.
They had to do what they had to do, man. It makes sense because you don't want them. You're competing from like contenders in the NFC is tough. That could be a factor. You never know if, like I was telling my wife, I was like, yo, you never know if Aaron Donald might say, yo, I can play one more season.
No. If that happens, they really cheating, Slim. They need to be investigated. You know,
I might come back. I might come back for one season. You know what I mean?
Had Aaron Donald, and he retired young. He could have still played another 5 years, and now they get Myles. It's like, come on, man. All the best D linemen just happen to play with the Rams. Like, nah, the NFL be on that bullshit, man.
He might say that. I might.
Yeah, he winning the championship. That's Kobe, man. That's Kobe Bryant over there, man.
I might want to come back. I might want to come back, put the pads back on. I come back training camp. That boy in shape, man. I'm telling you, Aaron Donald is still in shape, boy. Where I think he could come back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's staying in shape. He just seemed like he that type of person, like him and James Harrison. They just seem like the type of people that stay in shape regardless. It ain't got nothing to do with football. But that would be a nightmare for my Eagles. I wouldn't want Aaron Donald to come back. Aaron Donald coming back before Myles got there would be a problem. But Myles being there and then him, nah, I don't even know how they had the salary cap to pay him. He had to come back and play what for better minimum.
Yeah, I think he could. I can see that shit. I can see the GM saying that, yo, like, yo, Donald, come back, man. We got great chances. 2 rings is better than 1 ring for that resume you got.
Yeah, but it's worth the wear and tear on your body. You want to go through that again? You ain't got
He
to do as
might.
much work no more because you got Miles right here. You ain't got to worry about going through double teams and shit like that because
Yeah, you
they
don't
know,
gotta worry about no double team.
you
You're
know,
not double teaming 2 players.
I
You're
don't
not.
know, man.
So
I don't know, man. I just wish he stayed around a Brown for life. He should have just retired there, man. Stuck with Shador. You know, Shador seemed like he was gonna turn things around. I don't know what our boy Deshaun Watson doing over there, but they said he looking good. But I thought it was cool having Miles there as a mentor for Shador. But now he gone. I mean, there's other plans. Miles going for a ring, man. He ain't give me that type of guy like he'd chase a ring. You know, so I don't know. Do you think he asked for a trade, or do you think the Browns just decided to trade him? I
I I
think he
I,
asked
I,
for
I
it out.
think he asked for a trade, man, because we all know that he got that little Japanese skier chick he dating or snowboarder, and she live in Cali. So he's like, yo, I'm might as well. I'm already setting myself up for after the game. Only thing I gotta get is a chip. That motherfucker's a part owner of the Cavaliers. You know what I mean? He already thinking about outside when it's
Yeah, I'm thinking
done. So the
all
only
that.
thing so all you thinking about, man, I just need that ring now. I get that ring.
He a Hall of Famer regardless, man. And I'm the Cavaliers. I'm like, nah, you know what? Yeah, you don't own the percentage of our team no more. You supposed to be Team Ohio, now. He went out there in LA. He living out LA. You seen it coming. His girl out there. They in there whispering in her ear. They talk to Miles, man. Just tell him, man, we come over here. Man, they gonna
I,
be a problem, man. They gonna be a problem, man.
Molly, you already know that long distance love is tough, boy. That
Yeah,
long distance love is only so many kiss me through the phone you can do, boy.
yes. Now somebody doing a little too much, man. Whole time the one got her to do that. He probably smashed her. You know, Tom Brady won too goatish not to get cheated on. Don't think it's sweet. Now she done helped her boyfriend get you in LA, man. It probably done had a bet on that. People be betting on all types of shit. It probably was a bet about 8 months ago that Myles Garrett go to LA Rams. And to make
Yeah,
sure that person won that bet, they made sure they made that shit happen, man. People be
yeah,
betting on a bunch of shit. Another dude just won like 1.2 million off a $2,500 bet. He bet like New York will make it to the finals, the Spurs, somebody won the World Series and some hockey shit. And he hit on all of them, but they told him before the Spurs won the game that he can cash out at 600,000. And he only put 2,500 out. They told him, hey, look, we gonna cash you out right now. But if the Spurs lose this game 7, you lose everything. He said, fuck it. He gonna go ahead and take the L. He didn't even take the money. He went on and gambled for one more game, and the Spurs won that joint. So I was like, oh, dudes be betting on all types of shit.
Hey, Mom, I would took that 600 and bounce.
I would have too, Slim. I was like, he must got some good money already to turn down
That's
six
a
hundred thousand.
that's that's a lot of sea moss right there, boy.
Man, what? Over 2,500? I'm like, Slim, but he was like, nah. He knew some niggas ain't know though, but 1.2. I'm like, Slim, you could have just bet
Ooh.
$25, $250. It still would have got you up. I need to find out who betting, man. Let me know what's the bets, Ron.
Yeah, shit. I'm trying to figure it out. I took an L last year. I took some mean L's.
I'm
I took
betting on the
some
game.
betting on the games, casino, man. Gambling, man. Well, that AC will have you trapped, man.
AC,
That
yeah.
AC, them drinks are flowing. Next thing you know, I'll play one more game. Then next thing you know, your wallet empty. You down to that last $5. I might as well put that motherfucker right in that machine. You know what I mean? It's the risk of that, man. But man, I think that Myles Garrett trade is crazy work, man. And RIP NFC, man. Um, Speaking of your team, man, I'm hearing that your boy leaving, man. AJ Brown's gone, man. He's
That's
gonna
what
be
I thought
leaving,
the
man.
breaking news was going to be. AJ Brown finally go to the Patriots. We get 2 first-round draft picks, possibly a second-round pick. I'm just trying to see what we can get from him. We already got the pieces to replace him. It took multiple players, though. It didn't just take one. But I just think due to, Lemons and everybody we picked up on the all season and draft, that make
Mm-hmm.
up for AJ, man. And he was whining a lot. He a good player, but he dropped a lot of key passes in that playoff. So even with all that whining and all that, when he finally got the ball thrown your way, you ain't do nothing with it. You dropped it. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, man, it's time to go. This gonna be the problem every year, winning or losing. You gonna be crying about getting the ball. You're on the wrong team because we run the ball first. We gonna win games, but hey, at the end of the day, you might not be a top tier receiver in the league because we gonna make sure everybody get the ball. We gonna spread it out, but we gonna run first.
Yeah, man. It's just a lot, man, to keep the team together. After you win a chip, it's hard to keep them together, man. It's hard, man, because people gonna like,
I want some
man,
of that. Yeah.
I want some of that.
Shit, we lost the chip and lost more players. Like the year we lost to Kansas City, we lost damn near every starter we had on defense. But it don't be, it's like dudes getting paid, so I can't be mad about that. They ball out with us. We can't afford to pay all of them. Definitely out there Super Bowl year, win or lose, other teams gonna want you. So they got paid, but for Jalen Hurts to be going in another year with a new offensive coordinator, it's like, man, that's tough for any quarterback. All these other quarterbacks considered top five in the league. Most time they got the same coordinator. And when you
Mm-hmm.
look at the playoff statistics, Jalen Hurts did better than them. When the games count, he go out there and he win. He show up. And ain't like he just getting curried like they try to make it look like, oh yeah, he just hand the ball off and they do everything. He just throw the ball with his eyes closed and AJ just come down with that motherfucker. Like, no, he outperformed Mahomes in both Super Bowls. Even the one that we lost, he outperformed Mahomes. He should have won MVP of that one. But people gonna feel how they feel, maybe because they hate the Eagles, but I'm more of a football fan. Like Dak, a beast. It's just regular season most times. In the playoffs, he don't show up. Lamar Jackson, he's a dog. He probably the best quarterback in the league to me. But when the playoffs show up, his players don't show up. You got dudes dropping the ball, they fumbling, but he get all the blame for it. So it's just like, man, it's each his own. We play Kansas City, they get a strip fumble for a touchdown. Mahomes get all the credit in the world. He the best quarterback ever. Like, no, that defensive play saved the day, man. It saved the day. It's a team sport, the ultimate team sport, but they like to point fingers at the quarterback. Is even he get all the credit or he get all the blame. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard to win in the NFL, and it's not even that. I don't even blame the receivers, man. But because at the end of the day, you all got a window of making the most money you can make in
Yeah,
life in general out of your body. So you
yeah.
I can't get mad at AJ Brown, you know what I mean, or whoever want to feel like they got better opportunities. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if AJ Brown hit somebody in that car in one of his cars going high speed chase, they can release him. You know what I mean? So it's not like the NFL got non-trade, non-trade clauses in their contract. That's not NFL is not built like that. Anybody can
Yeah,
get released.
yeah, I'm rather like release him, get some for him. They keep calling me on FaceTime. It's gonna take my camera until it go out. But I just like trade something for him. But I don't. He left Tennessee because they wasn't winning. He was getting the ball. He was getting the
Mm-hmm.
ball a lot. Matter of fact, he's getting targeted, probably over target. So it was like, oh, I don't care about getting the ball. I just want to win. Now when you come to Philly, you winning, and you getting the ball. You know, you're not getting as much as you probably was getting in Tennessee because you got Smitty on the other side. You got Dallas up there in the middle. So you got other weapons. You got Saquon Barkley in the goddamn backfield. You know, so you're not gonna get as many targets as you normally get with that team. Now you want to lead that team because you ain't getting enough targets. So do you care about winning or not? You gonna go to what the Patriots? Yeah, they was in the Super Bowl last year, but they had the easiest schedule than any team because they was coming off a terrible season. This year they're gonna have one of the toughest schedules. So I don't think they're gonna have the year that they had last year when they looked like they was one of the better teams. Like, no, y'all was playing the worst teams around the league. We was playing the best team coming off a Super Bowl. We got the toughest schedule, but we still somehow managed to always do well. So it's just like let them go. We gonna continue on doing eagle things. Same thing I thought when Andy Reid left. We ended up winning the Super Bowl when he left. I'm like, why you let go Andy Reid, Deshaun Jackson, Deshaun McCoy? It's they come and they go. Brian Dawkins, they dogs. But at the end of the day, we trying to win. And we know the Eagles gonna be here forever. AJ Brown probably got 5, 6 more years. So it's always gonna be a next TO because TO gave us the same problems and we lost in the Super Bowl. So at least we got one Super Bowl out of AJ. At least one for two.
But at the end of the day, it was not T.O.'s fault that y'all lost that Super Bowl, man.
Hell no, it wasn't.
Your boy Donovan Nash fucked that game up. You know, we ain't gonna dig back into the old history, man. But
I remember. Yeah, Freddie Mitchell was
uh,
doing his things, man. And
man, so what, man? You from DC? How you get on the Philly train, man?
say I'm from where?
You from DC area, man? How you get on Philly,
Exactly.
man?
Cause man, I grew up Washington won winning shit. I mean, my house rooted for Washington, but you know, I had a cousin in there. He always rooted for the Eagles, so I just rooted with the Eagles with him because I didn't want him to be by himself. But when I started to understand football and really getting into it, I really became a fan. The guy, Brian Westbrook, was from DC. He went to high school here and he started running back for the Eagles. So that made me more of a fan, seeing somebody from here, getting a chance to meet him, meeting his brothers, family, and people that know him. Like, damn, he really played for the Eagles, my team, and he from here. So that just let me know that all these teams out here got a lot of players on their team from DC. It ain't really like a thing that, oh, you got to go for this team because but most of the players on the damn Washington Redskins ain't from DC. They can't tell you nothing about DC, so I don't really get too much into the teams because I can get real deep into the history of where the Washington Redskins came from, why they end up in Washington, how they was the last team to accept a black person, and how they allow a guy to win a Super Bowl and cut him just because he was black. It's just like, okay, it's a lot to go with the Redskins. So people are like, how you don't go for the Redskins? How do you go for the Redskins? That's the question. How do you even root for a team that they ain't root for our people at all? They didn't like to even have us out there. But times change, you know, as we see, even though they had to change the name again due to some more racial slurs and shit. But it's like times change. But Philly is brotherly love out there, man. I always like Philly. I like the culture there when it comes to the football, the fan base, and everything. Like New York can't come take over a Philly game inside the Philly football stadium. They can do that basketball. I don't care for the 76ers at all. I can care less. I'm a Lakers fan. But I was just always those type that's going
God, hold
for
up, Mom. Hold up, Mom.
yeah, man.
No,
Yeah.
nobody support the Wizards.
The who? The Bullets.
The Wizards
I
bullets.
think
No,
when you're
nobody
a
give them
kid,
no love.
kids go for teams that's winning. You know, when you're young, you don't tend to root for a bad team. Definitely, you playing for teams that's winning in your community, your school. We win championship, so it's like I liked it. The Wizards. I liked it when Gil and them was there. You know, I root for them, but I was a Kobe fan. And Kobe and them was winning. You know, I was the Eagles fan. They ain't win the Super Bowl. They was winning games though. They was going to NFC Championship. It's like you can cheer, you know, but for them teams, it's just like another year. I hear stories when they was good, but I wasn't around. I wasn't born or I was a kid. So I hear about all the stories, but I'm like, it's been 30 plus years. Let's get back to winning, I guess. Let's have a parade here in DC. I've been to plenty of parades. There's always somewhere else. But when I seen the Nets win, the Caps and all that, man, the city be lit. It's just like, I don't know what's going on. Football here, they got to do something different. Maybe because the stadium is in Maryland. Before that, it was in Virginia. Get the stadium back in DC. It's like they don't even play in DC. A lot of people are like, why you don't go for you from DC? How they don't actually play in DC? New York playing Jersey. It's just like people, it just be weird, man. The teams don't even actually participate in the cities that they actually represent. It's
That shit's
amazing.
real. That shit's real.
Who you
Um,
go for?
I go for the Patriots. That's my team.
Oh my goodness.
But I grew up on the Commanders, aka the Redskins. My dad's a Redskin fan. He was a Redskin fan in the 70s. And my uncle, RP, my uncle Nut, he was a Redskin fan, but we just couldn't support. A lot of them didn't support the Baltimore when Baltimore Ravens were gone. Everybody was Commanders fans or Redskins fans / Cowboys fans because they didn't go with them when they went to the Colts, or you know what I mean.
Baltimore Colts.
So that shit's crazy like that. So when they did come back, it was too late for a lot of people in the county. Like, we ain't gonna support her. I know a couple people in the county that are Baltimore Ravens fans, but it was bad too when they had Kyle Bowler and Elvis Gerback and shit like that. You like, God damn.
Exactly. Patriots winning.
The defense was nice. The defense was nice with Ray Lewis and them cats right there and Rod Woodson and shit like that. But Jamal Lewis and Priest Holmes and all them cats, they have a nice squad. Shannon Sharp and shit like that. But
yeah, they won a Super Bowl.
Ed Reed. They
won a team that long. They won a Super Bowl.
Exactly, because that defense was crazy.
No quarterback. They had me back there under the center.
Did they?
It didn't matter who was back there, So that was a different time, though. Today you need a little bit of everything.
Yeah, at least be a Sam Darnold if you want to win it.
Yeah, at least Sammy, But it was still you was young or younger, and you a Patriots fan. Patriots known for winning Super Bowls. So then they was some shit. Nobody was a Patriots fan. Now you got a lot of people out here. I'm a Patriots fan. Because they won a lot of Super Bowls. Now you got a lot of Kansas City fans. I remember I ain't know not one Kansas City fan. I never seen
that shit came
City.
Crazy.
Like they had a couple of players like the Human Joystick. Like they was exciting to watch sometimes or whatnot. But other than that, nobody was a fan of them. But now they win all these Super Bowls. There's Kansas City fans everywhere. Winning changed things. So I just think if DC get back to winning, the younger kids that come up liking them, and they will teach their kids to be fans. But the parents who grew up liking these teams when they was winning, their kids looking like, why you like them? Because they not winning anything, So we gotta get back
straight up like that. They be like, "Yo, I'm not putting that shit on." That's exactly what they. Give me that Pat Mahomes jersey. That's what they're gonna tell you. Give me that Patty. But yeah, man, it's like it's a crazy thing though, man. Just like you said, that winning can change everything.
Everything.
Everybody want to be a part of a winner, so you are right about that. What's your thoughts about this NBA Finals, man? This overall, how I looked at it, man. SGA and people was trying to crown that man the next Kobe, the next Mike, the next assassin. And I think he realized, man, this shit ain't sweet. You know what I mean? And you need a running mate. And that boy Shaq, man, he getting $41 million a year to do shit like that. He plays scared, man, a lot of the times, man. If they didn't have that boy Isaiah Harperstein, they might have had some trouble because he was only one who wanted some work
from
Wemby.
Yeah, I just think that, they got a lot to do with coaching and they got a lot to do with health, because when they was healthy and they was winning, they was the best team in the league. When they
Hmm.
played the Spurs last year, nobody was questioning Chet Hart or anything. They were just saying they going at it. They got a history. Chet always got the best out of them. This year, Wemby got the best out of them, but I still think it had a lot to do with coaching and it had a lot to do with health. Chet normally the third best player on the team, meaning that he get his buckets being the third option. And now you got the second option going out and forcing him to be the number two option, which he not comfortable being or the coach ain't make him comfortable being the number two. He not used to having to create scoring for himself. So it's even somebody gotta make somebody come cheat off of him and find him open or a lob. But now due to Jay Will was out, it was forcing him to have to create. Normally you see Jay Will out there ISO, he can get it on the elbow, he can create for himself and then create for others. So now Chat was put in that position, he didn't know what to do. Most time he got the ball, he was looking to just pass it back because he never had to really just face and score. And the times he did, he was getting pushed off his back. So I think that a lot of that had to do with coaching. I think OKC probably would have had a better chance if they was fully healthy. If their whole team was mobbed up, they probably wouldn't even went to game seven. They still somehow got to push the Spurs to game seven with players in and out the lineup. 1 minute they healthy, 1 minute they not when the Spurs were able to get to stick to mostly they same core, except early on with Fox. But once they got their core together, they got multiple players that can actually score and they can actually create scoring for themselves. You got your boy Castle, you got Fox, you got Vessel, you even got Wemby out there. You got the sixth man of the year coming off the bench. So you got multiple players that can create for themselves and they also can play defensively. But I see a lot of people trying to blame Chad. He was 1 for 2. It ain't like he was just out there jacking up and shooting bad shots. He just wasn't aggressive enough. He wasn't looking to score. And I think if I'm a coach, I'm gonna draw some up that's just for him. I'm gonna
Hmm.
build that confidence into him. Let him know we need you. We need you to take advantage of these mismatches. We're gonna work on that throughout certain practices. We might got a day off, and let's work on this. Let's work on you facing up against some of these smaller guys and you'll see. But I think that's something he's gonna work on over the off season and get better at. And it'd be dumb if they trade him because that's all I've been hearing. Trade him for Giannis, and I'm like, he's still young. Giannis older. He can't shoot. Chet is still a dog. He was still an all star this year. He just ain't have a good series. And overall, I don't think SGA had a good series this year. They just trying to find another person to blame outside of him. And that's why I respect him because he blamed himself. You got a lot of superstars. If it was Luca, if it was LeBron, they wouldn't have been talking about no Chris Bosh. They wouldn't have been talking about no Kevin Love. LeBron James ain't get it done. Even if he averaged a triple double in the finals, it don't matter. You lost, and they're gonna talk about how LeBron James lost. So it was just like they were just praising SGA for being the MVP, but lately, I ain't been seeing no MVP numbers. His numbers went down in the playoffs everywhere. And he always looking to get fouled. Like, I don't mind you look to get fouled and score. You just looking to get fouled and shoot free throws. And I lost all respect.
But it's I give this about the situation is that a lot of cats don't understand, man. We haven't seen a back-to-back champion since Golden State and the Lakers and shit like that. That shit hard, man. That shit's hard. You got to be mentally tough. Your role players got to show up. Your second option, third option got to show up. And a lot of people don't got that in them multiple rounds. You know what I mean? That's a you're losing. Actually, you're losing months of your free time in the off season by going extending. Like a lot of cats don't understand that.
Yeah, dudes be right. Dudes like for the Wizards, they ready to just get the season
Yeah, they
on
ready to go to Magic
playing their
City,
money.
some wings. That's what they ready to do.
For those that still playing, they still making money though. So that's the only good thing about it. They still get a check. Some of them be little bonus checks depending on how far you make it. But I just think the healthiest team always win. If Wemby got hurt, the Spurs got no chance. So it's just like who they if Castle go out, they might not have no chance. So it's like they missing Jay Will. That's their second best player on the team. And then the guy who actually AJ came out start balling, he get hurt. So it's just like they missing two key pieces, you know. So it's just like it happens sometimes. We seen Katie and Klay Thompson go out and Kawhi Leonard win a championship. And to this day, people Kawhi dog and no. If Katie and Klay Thompson played, Kawhi would have never won that motherfucking championship in Toronto. It wouldn't even been close. And but people just like, hey, it can go by that, you know, but they didn't play. You know, you gotta take this. I just think the healthiest team wins. Spurs is able to stay healthy. Hopefully they can stay healthy through this next series. They might can win the championship because I don't see what New York can do, but at the same time, New York better than what people giving them credit for. You know, they just thinking they just walk through the East, so in the West just so tough. But the matchup with Cat at the 5, that forces Wemby out. But I just think the Spurs won't put Wemby on Cat. That just would be dumb. You know, just let if you want to hang out there, let somebody else check him. If he come to the hole, let Wemby play on Josh Hart so he can cheat off and he can come help out. He can always play that safety valve. But him being on Cat, that'd be dumb because Cat can get him at the 3, get him in the air, blow past him. He'll just have him always on his heels. And you don't need Wemby like that.
It's definitely. I think that series is gonna come by. It's gonna come by to who role players gonna show up because you know the star is going to show up.
Yeah.
Are the young boys from Harper? What's the other young boy? Castle.
Castle.
Who else? Vaselli, all them cats right there. Are they going to show up? Are they going to have turnover problems?
Yeah,
because all through the playoffs, the Spurs were giving up a lot of turnovers, 16, 12. You
Yeah,
got some shit like that, and Josh Hart and all the motherfuckers start running and shit. That could be some problems. You know what I mean?
that was a problem without Fox. When Fox came back, you ain't had to have Castle handling the ball so much. But yeah, he was averaging 10 turnovers a game when Fox was out.
Are you gonna let what you call Jalen Bronson pick and roll you to death? Like
That's a damn.
You let that boy get to that, it's done dilly. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. SGA had problems. You know, like he one of the best guys in the league. Like the Spurs defense is number 2 in the league. They was playing against the number 1 defense. So you seen two heavyweights going at it. New York ain't used to seeing this type of defense. And the Spurs, this gonna be the easiest defense they've seen in the last couple of series. So it's like, nah, I don't see them turn the ball over because I don't see nobody that can pressure the ball full court like OKC can. I don't see nobody that can switch off every pick and roll like OKC can and constantly keep pressure. I don't see New York doing that, but I see the Spurs doing that. Like OKC was doing that to each other. Bronson was able to get the ball up and down the court wherever you want, get the wherever. That's not happening with the Spurs. They're gonna be pressing them out full court, and they can check, they can switch off, and they already done dealt this for the last 2 series with Minnesota. They've been bumping and grinding. I think that's what prepared them for OKC. Now with OKC, it was a game 7, grip and grind, but it was still one of the best defensive teams in the league in a long time. And now you get to play New York, who don't have the defenders. Bronson is a mismatch. Like whoever he's checking on, he ain't. Oh, he not SGA. He can't pressure the ball and pressure on offense. And then on the offensive side, they just gonna double team, get the ball out of his hand, force somebody else to beat him. And maybe not double team him because I just think that Vassell, Castle, all them dudes is tall enough and long enough to stick with him and pressure him, just wear him down on both sides. And at the while, once Bronson get tired, man, you need somebody else to step up. And I think it might be Shepard. You know, I think he gonna have a big surge. It's gonna take for him to have a big surge for them to even have a chance.
I think it's gonna be it's gonna come down to the rebounds, turnovers, and who can shoot that 3.
OG.
Yeah, is OG gonna show up? Is Miles Bridges? I think Miles Bridges is a great wing defender.
Yeah,
you got that. You got who else they got? Fuck.
Yeah, they got a mob, you know.
Yeah, they got a mob. That boy Landry Shamet came out and he was shooting pretty good this postseason. So they just gonna see who's gonna finish it off, man. And I still my pick. I still think this shit going 6 games regardless. I just think the NBA got to make their money
Yeah, I hope
because
it goes 6.
it's they already lost a lot of money with sweeps. You know what I mean?
York. It was New York out here sweeping people, man. But
TV money, man. They gotta make that TV money.
I'm just thinking of that Cavaliers team they played. It's just like I just don't see them having a chance with OKC or the Spurs. It's like it ain't really prepare them. It's like they just swept through, and it's just like they don't make them that good. It's just like it ain't really had to make too many adjustments, you know. And I think with the Spurs, they done seen so many different adjustments, so they know if we do this and they start to change up and they find something to stop it, we know what to go to next. If they take away plan B, we know about plan C already. But when New York, they already still on plan A. You just got to beat them at their game. And once you beat them, they're going to have to think of, dang, now we got to make adjustments. When the Spurs already know their adjustments, they already know they playing D, E, and all that. You double Wemby, we doing this. If you do this, we doing this. If you front them, we doing this. Because they done seen so many things because teams kept throwing different shit at them every game. So I don't know. I don't see how New York got a chance, but it is the NBA. Vegas do exist. So I just think it'd be an easy 4-1 Spurs gentleman sweep, you know, but
But like I said, I see shit
I know.
where it all depends, man. Cause I see shit where I'm like, damn, how the fuck did they win it? You know what I mean? It's some upsets. You be like, damn, this motherfucking team really won. I still think about that '04 team with the Pistons. I'm like, yo, how the fucking Pistons smack
Yeah.
Kobe and Shaq like that? You know what I mean? And then the following year, the Spurs did Detroit in. You know what I mean? Like shit happens, man.
Yeah. When even going in that game, I didn't think like the Lakers would sweep Detroit. You know, Detroit was a good team. You know, so it was just like, I think we was good enough to beat them, but they had a complete five. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it was Shaq and Kobe versus fucking Chauncey, Rip, Tayshaun, your boy Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace. Like these dudes all probably Hall of Famers right now. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it just a lot of people ain't know who they were and they let it be known we them, you know. So I think people make their moments at certain times and make their name, and that was the time that Detroit made their name. Until this day, people still remember that team. That was a good team, you know, and they beat a real good team, you know. But yeah, I just see this finals. I just don't see New York like coming in like, damn, they might. I just don't see it. It's just like even if OKC won, you know, it's just like, man, I just think they're gonna smash them. I think the last Western Conference was really the finals. You know, that's what it looked like. But like you said, shit happens, man. And I always say now, since Vegas involved, anything can happen. But I don't even see how Bronson had the games that you need him to have. I don't know, unless Josh Hart starts shooting out of his mind and they cut the magnet on or something. But it's gonna take Josh Hart to have a crazy shooting game, you know, each game, but they're gonna leave him open. They're gonna constantly leave him open. He can hit some couple of shots, but that's what they did to Luke Dort. He hit a couple of them little long ass rainbows, but after a while they was like, oh, he missed again. He missed. Now he wasn't even playable, you know, and this your best defender, but they like we will let him shoot that shit 10 times a game. Caruso, they tried that with him. He was making that shit. They said, nah, let's keep a guy on him, you know. But some guys like Josh, I just don't see that's not his strength. He one of them guys catch it off, rebound, and go. You know, he get others involved, but to try to force him to be a spot up shooter, nah, they gotta find something around that.
Yeah, it's definitely like I said, man. It's gonna be like a heavyweight belt. This could be Rockman versus Lennox Lewis. We don't know how this shit gonna go down to the first game. The first game will tell you all you need to know because
Yeah,
it's at Spurs, it's at San Antonio.
quarter
They got the nuns waiting for him in the crowd, praying for him. They got the superpower right now. They got the monks over there in China praying for Wemby and hoping he win the chip. You know what I mean? I knew it was over when that nigga came out with that monk suit. I'm like, This nigga got a monk suit
Wendy.
with the black jacket.
Yes,
He's on some
sir.
golden child type shit, man. I was
Straight out the
nervous.
Matrix, man. Straight out the Matrix, man. They created that boy. Like, come on, man. Like, I played 2K a lot, and that's the build that everybody was getting for the last 10 years, and this nigga pop up. I'm like, how the fuck? Like, how this nigga even exist, dog? He's 7'5", dribbling, shooting threes, and it's like, god damn, what's next, dog? I never thought I'd see nothing like this. You know, it's like Yao with handles. Like, I'm used to seeing tall people shacking them, they big and they do they little, but this dude moving like a god. It's like, what the hell is going on? How long would this be able to sustain? Like, he too big to be moving like this. Something might break. You know, just like normally big dudes can barely make certain average moves and be without
You
hurting
remember,
themselves.
you remember Bobo in DC, man. He barely could move.
Yeah, his
He could
son out
smack
there.
that shit, Paul. He could smack that motherfucker basketball though, but
Yeah,
he could barely move, man.
this dude moving. He had son moving too. His son was with I think Houston. Yeah, Bo. He's nice too. He's like 7'2", handle the ball, shoot threes and all that, but they don't be pushing him that much. I don't know. He must ain't got the personality.
You gotta know how to. You gotta be marketable, and you gotta have that right personality, like you said, man. That's everything, man. That's life. It's comedy. It's just a lot of funny niggas that don't got the proper, don't know how to deal, and they got an acquiring personality, and people don't want to deal with it. So that's everything part of life.
Yeah, I asked a kid the other day. I said, if you was part of a team and they cheated to win every year, would you want to continue to be part of that team? And he's like, no, I don't need to be part of no team that's cheating. I don't want to be part of no team that's cheating. I was like, okay. So then why the hell is you a Patriots fan? So that's my question to you, Rod. Why is you a Patriots fan, man? All they did is
Oh,
cheat, man. You counting them cheating years,
you
man.
know what I mean?
We need our
I
Super Bowl
counted,
back.
man, because
We need our Super Bowl back, man. They cheat.
I'm a project baby. You gotta win at all calls, man. Sometimes you
Yeah,
gotta use a brick
Lord,
on somebody,
that
you know.
makes sense. That makes sense.
You gotta use a brick sometime to get a nigga off of you, man.
Uh-huh. Man, that makes sense. Be part of the cheating team, man. That's the culture out there in Boston, baby.
You know what I mean? You gotta do what all you can to win in life, man. You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yes, man. That's how you do it, y'all.
You gotta do what you. I just don't steal jokes. That's as far as I don't steal.
You
I don't
sure?
steal jokes.
Man,
But
how you gonna win out here, Slim? How you gonna win out here? You ain't really trying to do this comedy shit.
I ain't stealing nobody jokes.
You ain't
But
taking it too serious. That's the
but
first thing they ask you in comedy 101. You ever steal jokes? You say no, we don't want to deal with you. We steal jokes around here. Slim. It ain't stealing when you reuse it, man.
you reused it at
Repurpose it.
all.
So I ain't
I
stealing jokes. We repurposing jokes.
I at one time, this before we get out of here, man. I was listening to what the fuck I was listening to Sunset, I think Sunset Strip, Richard Pryor,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a show. I remember I was just listening to it all day, and this nigga was talking about what he was talking about. He was talking about the recession of pussy in 1950 or something, right? He was just talking about when he got coochie for the first time. So I had a show, probably like that Friday, whatever. Next thing I know, subconsciously, I start changing my voice into Richard Pryor. I say, yo, you gotta be careful with that, because subconsciously you hear the laugh when a nigga changes his voice. You want to try and put that shit in your game. It's a
Mm-hmm.
voice inflection that easily, just listening to it, can change your shit all the way up. So you gotta be mindful of shit like that.
Yes, it might get even funny if you can sound like Richard Pryor. Long if you sound like him though, you can't be off and they try and figure out who the fuck you talking like. But
You're
you can
right.
admit it. I think that's when people start doing that. You know, they listening to a person so long. I be seeing people imitate Eddie Murphy and them. But it's like you had to hear him so much and you started to say it, and after a while you started to sound like that nigga. It's like, God damn, but I like when people bring that to stage, you know, because it let us know, like, okay, this maybe it ain't even gotta be his joke, but just saying it in his voice, it just make it funny, and that's probably how they get used to it, just imitating some of the things they saying. Then once you got it down pat, you just make it yours now. So would that be stealing somebody's joke if you steal a voice?
I
You
don't, I
learn
don't,
the
I don't
voice.
think I don't think that's stealing. I don't think that's stealing. I think that is
Talent.
getting, huh?
Yeah, that seemed more like a talent, right? If I can sound like Chris Rock and tell jokes in his type of voice, but not his jokes. My
I don't.
jokes, his
Yeah.
voice.
But it was not in the pressure. It was not me trying to do a pressure. But I said like, because it was talking about what I was talking about. I was talking about me being in special ed. I was talking about I was grew up and I was in special ed, and I was dealing with this chick, and she was in, you know what I mean, in them classes, and I was like, yo, she blew me a little bit watching Reading Rainbow, but I said it like
Yeah.
Richard Pryor. So 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 that's the whole joke premise. Watching
Okay.
Reading Rainbow and getting domed from a semi slow chick.
Oh my goodness, man. And that's a true story. That's what's
It's,
crazy.
it's a true story, man. But a lot of people don't understand. They don't. The education in America, we can all be in the same bag. If you got like a learning disability, they put you in the same bag. If you grew up in the 90s, you know what I mean? You could be in the class with somebody way lower than you, but special education, they put everybody in the same bag,
Yeah. And
which is
then when they
crazy.
get out of school, they just put everybody in the same bag. You don't recall who was them motherfuckers. Cause they ain't go to your school, so you talking to somebody thinking they got sense the whole time. They was in a whole nother class than you in school.
Yeah, a
So
whole
y'all
different
can't
class.
communicate because y'all motherfuckers on two different worlds. It's like, come on, man. They was coloring and shit doing crossword puzzles.
And don't give a fuck about the IEP. You can't say I got an IEP. Them motherfuckers gonna look at you like we don't give a fuck about that.
None of
You
that.
know what I mean?
None of that.
But man, again, man, I appreciate you coming on here, man. I'm
Anytime.
about to cut my grass, man, and go grab these kiddos at 5 o'clock, man. So again, I appreciate you coming on, man. Everybody, man, tap into the Morning Mac show.
Yeah.
Every morning, right? Monday through Friday, right?
Yeah. 10:30 to 12:30. Yeah.
All right, man.
Monday.
Go check that out. And Molly, I saw you on a sports show. We have a sports show too. Sometimes
Yeah, yeah,
randomly do.
we got a sports podcast. Yeah, we've been doing DMV sports. Yeah, we've been doing about a couple of years now. So we're gonna start back up football season. You gotta come fuck with us, man. You gotta
I'll
come out.
check
We ain't
in,
got a
man.
Patriots fan. We got Dallas fans,
Ah,
Commanders, of
man.
course, me Eagles, got Pittsburgh still in there. And I think that's about it so far. But yeah, the more the better, man. You definitely always welcome. You can always tag and add your podcast to it so your viewers and listeners can be part of the show as well. So hey, get with us, bro.
All right, man. Check it. Go check that out, man. Thanks, D Money, for pulling up. My man D Money is in the comments. Again,
Right.
man, I appreciate everybody that came to watch, man. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 600 subscribers. I'm at 590 right now, man.
Let's
So
get it.
we almost there. 10 more to go, man, and we in there. All right. Again, I appreciate you coming on, man.
No problem, man. It means
Good night. Thanks for watching the Crash Out Sport podcast. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you later, Mitches.